Once I finish, I'll be able to welcome a few leaders who will also be able to talk to you quickly. But today, the company of Neolife, the mission, we're on a mission. When you look at the world today, you need to be adding value to the world. And how does the company of Neolife add value to this world? We're on a mission to make the world healthier and a happier place to live. Everybody that you meet, they want to be able to get an opportunity to get good life, healthy life, without sicknesses, without diseases, and also a happier place to be able to live. So I just want to to show you where the company of Neolife started. The gentleman you can see on the screen, that is our founder, Jerry Brasfield, born and raised in the US. But when he was growing up as a young child, he had chronic diseases, and one of them was asthma and allergies. So he went to different hospitals in the US, but he couldn't feel well. So one time the mother, realized the importance of good nutrition and eating well and a good diet. So he started adding some good nutrition in his food. And that is the time they started realizing, the importance of good nutrition to be able to build your body and to be able to escape the diseases that we are seeing today. So he fared well, and he continued to use, supplements, quality supplements then, and he became of age. When he was 19 years old, that is the time he started the company of Neolife. And his belief, it is to be able to make high quality products which can be able to impact the market and which can be able to be distributed in form of network marketing. So the company of Neolife was started back 1958, 1971, it came to Africa. In 1996, that is the time it came to East Africa and Kenya in that aspect. So you can be able to see how we have been able to move from one country to another. The green spots you can be able to see on your screen that shows places and countries where Neolife is represented. So from that time, we have over 60 years of good, giving the world over good product and also giving the world a good financial success. So we're in operation in over 50 countries. So the moment you join this organization, you get a chance to be able to share the products and share the opportunity of Neolife and build your own business in over 50 countries. So our mission, as I said again, is to improve people's life with the highest quality products and the best business opportunity in the direct selling market. And we'll be able to show you how we do that. So when Jerry went through all that time of sickness, he started asking himself, how can I be able to impact the world without bombarding the world with the kind of chemicals that we see around and things which are affecting the world? So he teamed up with what we call a scientific advisory board. These are a group of scientists and nutritionists who came together to be able to form the scientific advisory board. And their biggest endeavor and what they wanted to achieve is to be able to produce products which are based in nature and backed by science. So all the products that we'll be able to interact with in the company of Neolife, they are based in nature. They are from natural ingredients and they are backed by science. So there's no chemical in it, and they take a lot of time to be able to bring us those kind of products. But today, I want us to look at one product, which is an agricultural product, which we call Super Gro. We always call it, we nicknamed it the Wonder Drop, and I'll be able to expound why we call it the Wonder Drop. So that is not the only category of products we have. We have good products which are nutritional products. We call them nutritional products for your health and your body, to be able to make sure that your body is functioning well. The person who is invited you in this call, if you are a guest, they'll be able to share with you how these products can be able to be of help to you. And especially this time when the world over is fighting the COVID-19, which is a highly infectious virus. You can be able to use the products of Neolife, and you can be able to build up your immunity to the extent that you can be able to be safe from this virus. So we have the nutritional products. We also have the home care products, because we believe it is not just being healthy inside, in your environment, the place where you're staying, your home, your atmosphere, it is clean. Because if it is not clean, trust me, it will be able to contaminate even your body inside. The other category of products that we have, it is a skincare product. Why? Because when you look good inside, you also need to appear good from the outside. We all need to take care of our skin. And we are told our skin is the biggest organ in our body, which means we need to take care of it. Whether you are a man, whether you're a woman, you need to be able to help people understand when you come in and when you go out, because you'll be looking good, because our skincare range of product is purely organic. There is no chemical in it. So I'm not going to concentrate on those three aspects of our products or the lines of our products. I'll briefly look at Super Gro, which I've been able to tell it's an agricultural product, and we nicknamed it the Wonder Drop. So I just want us to go together and look at why Super Gro and how important Super Gro is and how you can be able to use it to be able to change your farm. Kenya, you know, like 90% of Kenyans are farmers, either large-scale farmers or we are small-scale farmers, or we have some kitchen gardens, especially for those who are in Nairobi. We farm in one way or the other. But most of the time you find our farming does not benefit us the way we expect. So we have some challenges which are facing our farmers today. And I just want to look at some of them very quickly. One of the challenges which farmers are faced with right now, it's depleted soil due to runoff and soil erosion. We all know when it rains, of course, like this time we have been able to get good portion of rain, but most of it will just run off and the rest will just be soil erosion. We have been able to hear what is happening in some places in Rift Valley and places in Western Kenya and Nyanza. There's a lot of erosion happening right now. So that is a challenge all the farmers are struggling with. The other one is expensive agricultural output. You find you put so much in your agriculture, but then the output is very little. Another challenge is pests and diseases. Just the other time we are talking about the locusts, and every time when we are planting and we are expecting some good yield, some pests and diseases will always crop in. And that is why we use a lot of chemicals in our farms to be able to control unpredicted seasons and dry spell. Right now, because of the global warming, you cannot be sure when the rain will come and what will be able to happen. So we have that aspect. We cannot tell what is going to happen tomorrow. The other one is over-reliance of chemical-based fertilizers and insecticides. This is danger to us, even in our body inside, because we are being told that, you know, most of these chemicals and fertilizers, they build up in your body because at the end of the day, you will hit them. So what happens is they affect you. That is why we can see an increase in cancer in our population, something that we never used to see. Long time when our fathers used to use the manure from the cow and all that, we never used to experience these kind of things. The other one is lack of good education to the farmers. They do not know what they are supposed to do. So those are some of the challenges that every farmer, you and I as farmers, those are some of the challenges we are faced with. So we want to look at what is Super Gro and how it can be able to impact our farming and make it, you know, an amazing time. So Super Gro is a multi-purpose agricultural adjuvant, specifically formulated to work with modern crop treatments and application through equipment. So it is an adjuvant. I'll be able to break down some of these terminologies as we move, but they should not scare you, because we are told an adjuvant is something which is handed to agricultural aid for improved crop protection and also enhanced output. So that is Super Gro. When you use Super Gro, you are assured of crop protection, and you're also going to make sure to get more yield than you used to do. So what are some of the proven aspects of Super Gro? So just look at them very quickly. And one of the things that Super Gro will be able to do for you, it will improve soil penetration and availability of water. As I say, there's a lot of runoff of water and evaporation. So Super Gro helps your soil to be able to be more penetratable by water and also all the other aids that you're using in your farm. And it also makes water to be available. So the dry spell we spoke about and undependable season, they'll be able to be something that you can be able to take care of. I'll be able to expound on this as we move on. The other thing is it improves pesticide performance, and also fungicide performance. So those are some of the things that you'll be able to realize, you'll be able to hear me talking about them quickly so that we can be able to move together. And it's also one of the most important things. It will improve your crop yield up to 167%. So if you used to harvest like 3 sacks of maize, you might now get to a place where when you start using Super Gro, you'll be able to double to triple that crop yield as we move on. So let me look at how Super Gro helps you to be able to make the water wetter. Because water is hard. When you listen to people talking about water, they'll tell you water is hard. And when water is hard, it means it will not be able to penetrate in the soil properly. So there's what we call surface tension. Water has surface tension. Water can be really hard. And that is why you use soap to be able to break the surface tension of water. Remember, when you're soaking, when you wash your clothes with water only, the dirt will not come out, because why? The water, it's hard. It has surface tension, which is not possible to be able to break the dirt out. The same aspect happens when it gets to the soil. If water is hard, it will not be able to penetrate in our soil. The other thing is penetration of water. It's reduced runoff and evaporation. Water has surface tension, and also the soil has surface tension because of the exposure. Using of a lot of chemicals, it makes the soil to be really hard, and such water cannot be able to penetrate in your soil. So that is why we talk about a lot of runoff. If the water is just on the surface, then it means it will evaporate. So at the end of the day, the crops that you have planted, they will not be able to make good use of the water that you're using. So if you are irrigating your crop, you'll be able to use so much water because most of it is just running off, and the other one is just, being taken away by evaporation. So that is what we talk about, the surface tension. And you can see the plant which is there. Those are 2 diagrams just to be able to explain to you what we mean by the surface tension. So the one on your left, or yes, it's on your left, you'll be able to see that is just water without Super Gro. So the penetration of water to the ground, it doesn't take place properly. The other side, you can see deep penetration of water into the ground. So Super Gro makes water wetter. So that is one thing that you need to understand about it. It makes your water wetter. It's able to be available, and then it can be able to penetrate in the leaves and your plants and the roots very quickly. So you'll be able to see, you'll be able to interact with the words that I've put down there. You can see there is a emulsifiers, the adjuvants, the spreader and a sticker, and a wetting agent. So those are some of the words that we are going to look at today as we move forward, so that we can be able to understand more about Super Gro. One thing about Super Gro, the Wonder Drop, it is versatile, meaning you can use it all round. One of the things is Super Gro can be used for most crops treatment where water is used. So it can be a water treatment. You can be able to combine it with pesticide, with fungicides, anywhere where water is being used. So it means it can be used in as many plants as possible. So some of the places where water is used, it is your fertilizer, pesticide, fungicides, and herbicides. So these are some of the places that you can be able to use Super Gro. And one thing that you'll be able to realize about Super Gro, it will be able to help all these agricultural farming aids to be utilized properly in your crop, to the extent that one time you'll stop depending on the fertilizers and pesticides and fungicides, and your crop can be able to function properly. So let's look at, when we say it can be used as a sticker, what do we mean? A sticker and a penetrant, it is something that improves, it will be able to improve the protection of crop for long. What it means is, when you use a Super Gro alongside a sticker, something that you want to, let's say pesticide, you spray it on the crop and you're good to go. One thing, what it will happen is it will be able to stick on the leaves more. So meaning it will be able to protect your plant for the longest period. Sometimes you will be able to spray your plant, your crop with some pesticide. Then in a few days, the insects that you sprayed, they are still there. Why? Because when you spray, the pesticide was blown away by air, it was washed away by rain. But when you combine it with Super Gro, it sticks for longer, and now your crop is more protected. So what is it as an emulsifier? It is a spreader and a dissolving of the oil. It's more like what I spoke about, the surface tension. It will be able to break so that now when the leaves, when your crop surface it's also too hard, you'll be able to find whatever you are spraying doesn't disperse properly because it has the oil coating, which will prevent it from working properly. So those are some of the things. And as a sticker, again, it provides better treatment, adhesive, and the retention on plant surface. It acts like a natural greenhouse for plants. People who are using Super Gro, you'll be able to hear testimonies which are quite different. Because let's say one farmer is not using Super Gro, the other farmer is using Super Gro. Because of the Super Gro sticking property, it will be able to cover your plant in the sense that it's like a natural greenhouse. So your crops will be green, they'll be smart, they'll be strong. When the farmer who is not using such kind of things, his crops are not as strong as yours. So the other thing is, as a penetrant, to enable applied fungicides and other application be more effective. So they'll be able to penetrate more into the crop that you are farming, and you'll be able to get more effectiveness. So as you can see there, it's an amazing product. So it improves the crop protection for you, and you can be able to enjoy your crop, and your farming will be so easy, and you'll be able to like it. So the other thing is the best way to save water, because we need to save water, whether you are getting it naturally or it is coming through irrigation. The best way to save water is to make an available water available to the plant. And that is what Super Gro does. That is exactly what Super Gro does. So you need to get to know during short rains, when you use Super Gro, the Super Gro will help your plant to be able to utilize that water better than the farmer who did not use Super Gro. So you'll be able to see your plants are more resistant to drought and things like that. So it is specifically formulated for farmers to get maximum value for every drop of water from the soil. So when the water hits your soil, you need to make maximum use of it. Every farmer wants to use less. You want to use less fertilizer. You want to use less fungicide. You want to use less fertilizers. So that is what Super Gro will be able to help you to be able to do. So the other thing is, as I said, it will be able to reduce the surface tension by making water wetter. This is just a caption, making water wetter, boosting its availability to deliver life-sustaining moisture deeper into the plant roots. Remember the aspect of photosynthesis. It needs to go all the way to the roots so that now it can be able to take food and transport it properly to the leaves. And then now your crop can be able to grow properly, and it can be able to yield properly, so that you can be able to realize the most as you can. So let's look at, is it economical? Some people can say Super Gro is very expensive, but we need to look at what can it be able to do and how economical is it. So one of the things about Super Gro is it's sold as a concentrate. Most of other farming aids will be able to come across. Most of the people sell you water. We do not sell you water. We sell you a concentrate. Then you go and dilute because we know you have water. So 1 ml, you'll be able to dilute into 1 liter of water. So if you buy the jerry can, which is 5 liters of Super Gro, you'll be able to dilute it to 5,000 liters of water. So it saves you money. You can imagine this, how you can be able to use Super Gro, a dilution of 5,000 liters. You can be able to use it at a very huge farm. So the other thing is multi-purpose. It can be used on all crops. I'll be able to show you a few crops that we did research, because we cannot do research on every other crop. But quite a number of other competitors of Super Gro in the market, you'll only find they can only be used for on a specific line of products. But Super Gro can be able to be used across all the crops because of its natural aspect, which doesn't have chemical in it. So to back it up, when we brought Super Gro in Kenya, we had our scientific advisory board had done their own research. But because we need to make it, we bring it home and we own it, we started a research with Nairobi University so that they can be able to also journalize and make sure what we are telling new people, it is what is supposed to do. So we had a testing conducted by Nairobi University under the care of a very good professor called Dr. Nala. And we were looking at how can Super Gro be able to help other heads of agriculture to be able to take rid of agriculture, angular leaf spot, and some of the diseases that we get with our product and our farming aspect. Halibut and also aphids and whiteflies. So we'll just go through it quickly and I can show you some, not really, these are detailed reports which I don't want to go much into details, but I just want to show you what the Nairobi University concluded after using Super Gro in some of these plants that you can see there. So you can, we used it on French beans and we are looking at angular leaf spotting. French beans are really affected by this kind of a pest. So what happened is you can see below here, I'm just going to circle it. You can see when we used fungicide and Super Gro, we reduced the effect of French beans by angular leaf spotting by 41%. When you look at the competition, which is just next, it could only reduce by 37%. When you look at fungicide and water, it was only reducing by 36%. So you can be able to see that reduction because of adding Super Gro in one of our farming aids. So we also looked at aphids and whiteflies. They also affect, and you find that the French beans cannot yield. They're coiled and they're not working well. So you can be able to see what happened when you use pesticide now this time, because aphids and whiteflies, you can only kill them using pesticide. When we used it, you can be able to see there, Super Gro boosted, the prevention by almost 80%. Our competition was about 75%, and without and pesticide alone, it was about 65%. So we also did the same with tomatoes because we wanted to be clear so that when we bring this product to you, whatever we tell you, it is something that is researched internationally and locally. So halibut on tomatoes, we used fungicides because they're the ones which are used to be able to kill them, and you can see the effect reduction by about 47%. Our competition was below 40, and without anything, it was about 30%. So again, you can be able to see how Super Gro was effective. Then on the aphids and whiteflies, again on tomatoes, you can see almost 95%. Our competition was about 90, without it was. So you can be able to see the effectiveness when we use Super Gro in our farming. So Super Gro, it's a product which is researched to be able to improve your crop yield by maximizing your crop yield and increasing your profits. Every farmer wants to achieve as much profit from their farming aspect as possible. The other day, I got disturbed when we had crisis with Tanzania on the border because of the coronavirus. The Minister of Agriculture, Peter Munya, he said that the CS of Agriculture, he said that it is so worrying if that border will not be opened. The reason being, Kenya, we do not have enough food to sustain ourselves. That was a wake-up call to me. I was like, how now? Why would we be able to be getting food from Tanzania when we have a crop we call Super Gro, which can be able to help farmers to be able to realize as much of their crop as possible? And Super Gro has been used in Uganda widely, and that is why Uganda, they are sustained themselves in terms of crop and food production. So we want to make sure every farmer can be able to get more from Super Gro, and you can be able to see the crop yield, how it improved, how it was, the rating of the crop. After now we fumigated, after now we spray the things that the agricultural farming aids, so together with Super Gro, you can see the crop improvement, how it went. And you can clearly see where we use Super Gro, it is completely different from where we used a competing product. So the other research, which I don't want to dwell in it, was on roses. So if you are a farmer, or you know a farmer who is growing rose flowers, these are some of the issues which they come across. They come across the red spider mite. It hits, it makes the flowers, they coil, and you can see the seriousness on the second diagram. When now they come in contact, that is what happens. And then, you know, a rose flower, it is not one season crop. You want to be able to use it to cut it in few seasons. But when spider mites come and work on it and destroy it, you can see late lasting spider mite, the infection is so bad on your crops. Again, when we use Super Gro, you can be able to see we reduce the reduction of spider mite effects and also powdery mildew. There was also a huge aspect of reduction because of putting in Super Gro. So Super Gro, it is a product which we are bringing to you as a farmer to be able to give you the difference, the Neolife difference. So every time you use Super Gro, you'll be able to be sure that your crop yield will increase by 167%. So what does it do? It is versatile. Versatility means you'll be able to use it across all the crops. So when you buy one jerry can of Super Gro, it doesn't matter what crop you have at home. Maybe you are farming, you have tea, you have coffee, you have bananas, you have lettuce, you have cabbage, you have skumawiki in your farm. You'll be able to use that one jerry can for all your agricultural requirements. So it is versatile. The other thing is, the reason why we could not research it on so many things, it's because when we went to the University of Agriculture, and they were doing the University of Nairobi, the Department of Agriculture, they told us they need to use a plant which has a short season because of the efficacies. So that is why we couldn't use it on everything, but you can be able to use it anyway. It's economical, as I say. 1,000, you dilute 1,000 liters of water, it's to 1. So you can be able to see the economy part of it. It is safe, easy to use and to handle. It's non-toxic. If you happen to get in contact with a drop of Super Gro, you don't need to worry because it has no harmful chemicals combined in it. It is non-inflammable. You don't need to worry about catching fire and storing it in a place where it cannot be with non-inflammable things. You don't need to do that. So multi-purpose for both indoors and outdoor plants. So if you have some plants on your balcony, your small farm where you cut your flowers, it is safe to be able to use it. And the performance, it is proven from what I've been able to share with you. So the Neolife Wonder Drop. So Super Gro is an agricultural wetter and a sticker, just I have been able to tell you, which improves the retention of spray on plant services and enhanced distribution of across the plant. Because if you do not use something which makes water wetter, it will not be evenly, the water or whatever you're spraying, it will not be evenly dispersed in the crop. So Super Gro will be able to ensure that it is properly disbanded on your crop. The other thing is that it reduces surface tension. As I told you, it breaks the surface tension, the oil buildup, to be able to break it. The other thing is Super Gro improves the spreading properties. As I said, it will be able to help your crop other aids to be able to spread better. And you can be able to see how it will be able to mix. So in conclusion, the application just have been able to tell you every container will come with a measuring cup, which will help you to measure the correct standard. So the standards measure is 1 ml of Super Gro to 1 liter of water. So you can be able to see what it can be able to do for you. So what happens when you continue using Super Gro? I'll bring a few, two gentlemen who will be able to tell us a bit how we have been able to use it. But one thing about Super Gro, people have gone to extent of calling it fertilizer. Why? Because when you use it for a good period of time, it will help your soil to recall how fertile it used to be. It will be able to disperse the effects of chemicals that you've been able to use on your soil, and at one point it will be able to help your soil to gain its virginity the way it used to be when you started farming on your farm. So that is something which is very important. Virgin land, it is what Super Gro will be able to help you to be able to achieve if you use it in a period of time. So you'll get to a point you don't need to use all the chemicals and all the fertilizers that we are seeing today. So these are some of the farming testimony that we've been able to receive from farmers who have been able to interact with Super Gro. So if that's a farmer who plants bananas, you can see when they started using Super Gro. These are the results. And remember, in Neolife, one of our values is honesty and integrity. The things that we tell you, they are things that we can be able to stand for. So these are some distributors, which are distributed across East Africa. You can see the size of the guava. This gentleman was amazed by the size of how he could be able to, what he harvested. You can be able to see coffee farmer. This is a coffee farmer in Uganda, because I've been able to tell you, in Uganda, they have really been able to use Super Gro. So this farmer was amazed by the kind of results he recorded. Maize, you can use it in your maize plantation, and the corns, and you'll be able to see different results. On your beans, you can use Super Gro. And even cassava farmers. I like this gentleman from Uganda. Those are the sizes of cassavas which they've been able to get because of using Super Gro. You can use it in tomato, as I've been able to show you. And this was an agricultural show in Uganda last year. And the gentleman standing you that there, it is our present team member, Sam Kanakulia. He went to the agricultural show in Uganda to be able to showcase the power of Super Gro and speak about. You can be able to see a jerrycan of Super Gro there, and people coming around to be able to see how they can be able to increase their crop yield by using Super Gro. So it is an amazing product that we want you to be able to interact with. It is a safe product which will be able to improve your crop yield at a very good rate. So I just want to bring two gentlemen here who will be able to speak to us and share with us how Super Gro has been impactful in their farm. And one of them is a world team member joining us from Nakuru. Henry Kissinger, if you can hear me, please proceed.
Paul, how are you?
Very well, Kissinger.
Hello.
Welcome. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, how are you, Paul?
I'm good.
That was an amazing presentation on amazing on Super Gro. You've really exhausted everything on Super Gro. My name is Awanjala Henry Kissinger. I'm based in Nakuru. I've been with this company Neolife for the past 12 to 13 years. And Super Gro, as you said, is a wonder drop. And once people realize the power of Super Gro, then you realize that you're in business. And I believe there's no other time to make money from Neolife other than now, because farmers have planted, and this is the best time for us distributors to make money. Now, when I started Neolife, I was invited as a guest almost 13 years ago. I attended, and after attending the meeting, I really enjoyed the presentation, and I decided to join. Now, what have I enjoyed being part of this company? First and foremost, I've really enjoyed good health, being part of Neolife. Right now, everybody's worried about corona, infection, COVID. Now, because I'm in Neolife and understand the power of our products, today I'm not worried about the COVID, I'm not worried about corona, because I'm really working on my immunity, I'm taking the products. So I've really enjoyed good health from Neolife. The second benefit I've been able to enjoy from this company, when I joined Neolife, I was employed by the government here in Nakuru. But after working for Neolife for only 1 year, I was able to retire early at an age of 29. Today, as I speak, nobody can afford to employ me in this country. Number 3, I've been able to enjoy freedom of time, freedom of money. I thank God because today I sleep and wake up when sleep is over. The other thing is that I've attained freedom of money. Today I'm able to buy what I want, but not what I need, courtesy this Neolife, because of the products the company offers. Number 4, out of Neolife, I've been able to assist many people achieving now their dreams. I just introduced them the way I was introduced to. And today they're enjoying the benefits of this company in terms of health, in terms of achieving their dreams. Number 5, which I like most and like talking about most because of this company, I've been able to build up and bring up a very big home for myself. And I usually challenge any man seated anywhere. The only asset you can ever have is having a beautiful home. And I've been able to bring up a beautiful home. For those who are in Nakuru, in Ongata, is a beautiful home on a quarter an acre. And today, as I speak right now, I'm seated outside here. I'm not worried about anything. And that's the power of our products, and especially Super Gro. And I'm seeing a very bright future from this company, and especially now, because I want to challenge any guest who is in this meeting, any distributor in this meeting. This is the best time to be Neolife, and especially because of the coronavirus, it is an advantage to us being in Neolife, because through Neolife and because of this calamity, we have a chance to sell our products and boost other people's immunity. And because of this, this epidemic, we're able to sell products, as I've said, make money right now, and there's no other time to make money apart from right now, and especially from what people are facing as a challenge, and especially farmers have been planted, this is the best time they need Super Gro. Now, Fred, I just want to add something about Super Gro, because I've been selling a lot of Super Gro to the farmers here in Nakuru, especially wheat farmers and maize farmers. You've exhausted everything, but I just wanted to say, somebody would ask, what is Super Gro and what is Super Gro made of? Super Gro, for those distributors who don't know, is made from what you call seabird weeds. They are called aquano. They're found in South Africa. So it is made from seabird weeds. They are called aquano, and it comes in liquid form, 5 liter or 1 liter. And you've mentioned the ratio. I'll just mention one or two things. One of the major problems farmers have been experiencing is the pH, soil pH, because by use of chemicals from fertilizers, the soil pH is really affecting the farmers to an extent that you've talked about cancer. And I've realized a bit about Super Gro that, and from experience that from the farmers I've been selling to, Super Gro supports the farmer in balancing the pH of the soil. And that is the major benefit to a farmer, because soil pH has been the biggest problem to these farmers. And also those farmers who have is a very wonder product, because you see, when you have fish in that pond, the major food for fish is what you call algae. And when you spray Super Gro in your fish pond, it promotes the growth of algae, and you'll have enough fish. It's very good for fish people who are doing fish farming. And on top of that, people have experienced Super Gro is doing wonders on many things, but as much which have not been researched on, but it is working on many things. Even people are giving chicken Super Gro, but that is not researched on, but farmers are talking about it. So as you said, it's very multi-purpose. And the bit about it is that what I like most about it is that it's eco-friendly, which means goes to nature without harming nature. Biodegradable, which means has no chemicals, it's non-toxic. And I want to challenge anybody anybody who is attending this Zoom call. This is our time to make money, because I've made money from Super Gro. I remember there's a time we didn't have Super Gro in Kenya. Me and Fred Gishuki and Akinaeli, we used to order Super Gro in tons, in lorries from Uganda. And this is the time we are coming up in Kenya. Fred, I think you're hearing me. And this is the time for us to come up and make from Super Gro. Thank you so much. Back to you, Paul.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kissinger, for such a wonderful elaboration on what Super Gro can do, and also some of the key benefits that you have been able to achieve in this business. I was very privileged when we could be able to travel. I happened to be in Nakuru, and Kissinger told me, Paul, please come. Let me go and show you where I've been able to put the money I've been able to earn from Neolife. And for sure, Kissinger has a beautiful home, beautiful neighborhood, a huge space where you can be able to host, I think, a football team. So it's some of the things that you can be able to get from the opportunity of life. So thank you so much, Kissinger, and all the best as you continue to build your business, and also making it very clear. This is the time for us as Kenyans to start and continue using Super Gro to build our business as we used to do before. A few years ago, we were the best users of Super Gro, so we just need to go back in it and continue to use it again. So I want to bring our second gentleman who is going to share quickly again on the aspect of Super Gro and some of the key benefits he has been able to get from the opportunity of Neolife. Fred Gishuk, if you can hear me, please proceed.
Yes, Paul, how are you?
Very well, we can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead.
Fantastic. My name's Fred Gishuki. Joined Neolife a while back in 1996. I joined as a young man. I was working in the hotel industry as a receptionist. I wasn't making much money. And I'd been very frustrated by the corporate world. I started to become a manager, but I found myself working as an operative in the hotel industry. And my sponsor, Hansi Cronje, who most of you know, found me working as a receptionist. And I always remember the day he offered me this opportunity, and he told me, Fred, there is something that you can do part-time that can give you an extra income. To me, that sounded like music in my ears. I was really looking for something that I could do to supplement my income. And for the distributors on the call, I mean, when you share this opportunity with somebody, let me tell you, you have a chance to transform that person's life like never before. Because in your life, I started doing it part-time. Took me about 7 months to become a director, start earning over 30K per month. My salary was 10K, so I was making about 40 a month. Went on, built a business. In about 3 years, became a world team member. World team member meant that I was earning over 100K per month. I mean, that was incredible. The assistant general manager where I was working was earning 100,000, and he had been working for more than 20 years of his life. And in Neolife, I did it in 3 years. So that was amazing for me. I went on, built a business, and I had a goal like Kissinger to retire at the age of 30, which I did. I retired to do this business full time. And I can tell you, friends, life with Neolife has been exciting. Of course, there are challenges. I always say challenges come to build us, to give us energy to move on, to make us better, to give us what we call relevant experience so that you can be able to actually succeed in life. Because you don't get challenges, then how do you guide people who go through challenges? So I built a business. I was mentored by great leaders in your life, and I can tell even the guests and the distributors that you can also do the same. You'll be guided by the right people who have the experience, who are not teaching you theory, but are telling you practically what they have done. I went on, retired into the business, and I can tell you one of the things that I've experienced with Neolife, other than the money, is the travel. My first trip abroad was to South Africa. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were in a plane, and I remember we were with Anyang and Kiraitu Murungi. Now, these are people I used to see on television, and this time I was with them in a plane going to South Africa for the same event. We were going there for a lifestyle event because they're also members of Neolife. And I asked myself a lot of questions. I mean, who is to do this business more? Is it Anyang or myself? Who is busier? Who has more money? I mean, and I made a decision to do Neolife full time. Actually, they motivated me to quit employment. Because I said, I want to be like this. You see, it is said that you will earn an average of what 5 of your friends earn. As in, if you're broke, chances are high your friends are also broke. And I said, if this Neolife can put me in touch with people who I call rich and famous, then this is where I need to be. And we went to South Africa. We were there for 5 days. I remember having breakfast with Anyang Nyong, supper having with Kiraitu, and life was a song. Since then, I've been able to travel. I've been abroad more than 20 times with my wife, courtesy of this business. Been to America twice. We've been to South Africa a couple of times. We've been to Mexico, Mauritius, London. I mean, the list is endless. And for the distributors on the call, hang in there, keep doing the basics, keep talking to people. The only difference between me and you is that probably I've talked to more people than you because I've been there longer. But you can even do it faster. You can do it better. I remember seeing Andrew Bugembe, for those who know him. He came in and found me as a Turubi, and he went on to become a president's team member. So you can't become successful, and nobody can stop you with Neolife. It's your dreams and your goals and how bad you want it. If you want it bad enough, you'll run, we will support you, we'll clap for you all the way, and you'll become successful. So other benefits I've gotten, I've been able to empower so many people who are living incredible lifestyles, courtesy of Neolife. I have so many people in my team who are full-time, who are self-employed, and have been self-employed for more than 10 years, courtesy of Neolife. I've been able to, I'm a landlord, courtesy of Neolife. I mean, I own properties in different counties, courtesy of Neolife. So it's an amazing business. Right now with COVID-19, our business is actually growing. It's doing even better with COVID-19 than it was doing before. I mean, that's amazing. And now we are heading to a place where they're saying that out of 10 people who are previously employed, 9 will not get their jobs back. And we at Neolife have a chance to give them a real opportunity, a real option that they can actually make money uh, and replace the income they have lost from their employment. So guys, ours is a calling. It's not just a business, it's a calling to go out there, touch people's lives, and help them to succeed, help them to pay school fees, put food on the table. So for us distributors and for the guests who are there, come and join us. Let us create and help people get a solution for their lives from Neolife. Now, coming back to Super Gro, Super Gro really made a big impact on me. I built a big business. Coming from Central Kenya, people were more interested in trying out on the shamba before they even took the supplements. And I built a huge business from it. I remember when post-election violence came, I mean, because of the post-election, I lost a lot of business, especially in Rift Valley, because of that. But through Supergro, I was able to refocus and go to Central Kenya, Eastern, and other areas, and still build a huge business from it. So it's actually a star product that if you embrace Supergro as a distributor, or even as a guest, and you want to grow very fast, just embrace Supergro and run with it. I would say those who know Neolife, you know we operate PVs. You buy a 5 liter, you have 60 points. I mean, that's working smart. You sell one or you buy one, you already have 60 points. And you know, the more points you have, the more money you make. So, guys, this is a time to do Super growth seriously. Even the business volume has improved a lot. Those who know the logistics of that, I mean, just start doing business with Super Gro as a star product. And I'm happy that Paul has put this call together. That's very vital information here. And if we just run with this kind of info, I know we are going to make it and make it big. And one thing I just want to say as I finish, when you talk to a farmer and they want to know what is this thing, I mean, what's the best thing about Super Gro, just break it down and tell him if you are growing in a piece of shamba, you are probably harvesting 1 bag. By using Super Gro, you can harvest 3 bags from the same piece of shamba. If you're buying 3 bags of fertilizer from for your shamba, if you use Super Gro, you'll only need 1 bag or none. You can use Super Gro and you still get the better benefit and better quality of product that you're getting before. So from me, I want to welcome you, join in, get started, and we'll see you at the top when you're in a plane going somewhere. We failed to go to Czech Republic, but I know Paul has a surprise for us for next year. I don't know what he has on the belt, but I'm sure he has something for us. So join us, come in, and we'll succeed together. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Fred Gishuki, for such a wonderful testimony. Fred has been very instrumental in terms of training distributors and speaking to people and demonstrating what Supergro can be able to do to you. So those are 2 stories which are talking about the aspect of Supergro and what it can be able to do to you. What I'm liking and what I like most about this Supergro, the fact that it will be able to increase your crop yield. In most cases, if you want to increase your crop yield, you have to expand your shamba. So you're using more land, okay? But when you use Supergro, the same piece of land, Fred has been able to tell you, if you are harvesting 1 sack, you'll be more positioned to harvest 3 going forward, 4 bags. So why would you keep on expanding and going through all the challenges that you have been able to speak about when we have a powerful, proven product, which is researched both internationally and locally to be able to support you in your farm. So I challenge everybody who is watching me today, you know a farmer, even if you are not one. Make sure you walk to that farmer and speak to them about the key benefits of Supergro that we have been able to see today. When you are doing that, you are helping us to make the world a healthier and a happier place to do. Because we'll be able to ensure our country, it has good food reserve. You'll be able to ensure our country is using less of chemicals. We've been able to hear, you know, when you use Super Gro, it comes from nature and it goes back to nature and it doesn't harm nature. We want that kind of environment to be able to help our soil to go back to its natural fertility without really having to rely on very expensive fertilizers and pesticides that we are seeing today. I'm so passionate about Super Gro because where I'm staying, when I came to build here, I was told this place, it doesn't grow trees. Don't even bother to plant anything. If I can show you the vegetation which is surrounding me in less than 3 years, you'll be surprised what Super Gro can be able to do in your farm. So I want to challenge everybody who is listening to me today. You go ahead and get Super Gro for yourself or for your friend's farm, and you'll be able to see the results personally. They'll be able to thank you later. You'll be able to make the world a healthier and a wonderful place. So if you're a guest looking at us today, I want to thank you so much for taking time off your busy schedule to come and listen to us. Please, after this meeting, speak to the person who invited you here so that the things that these two gentlemen have been able to speak about, they can be true to you. You can start achieving them. You can come to Neolife and start building your own business. There's nothing good right now if you have your own business. If you're working somewhere, look at the uncertainty that we have right now. People have been laid down, as Fred and Kissinger have been able to say. Hotels are closed. Most of the jobs are closed. Suppose you had your side business whereby you have been able to join Neolife and you can be able to talk to people, because we never stopped farming. Farming is still going on, even in the midst of coronavirus. So if you were in Neolife today, you'd be selling the advantage of the wonder drop and people would be buying for you and you'll still be making money to sustain yourself. So I challenge you, talk to the person who invited you to this Zoom call. They'll be able to tell you what to do. They are good people because they came, they saw something good and they invited you to come and have a look at it. So don't be ignorant. Don't go and say you'll think again. You'll think about it. No, the time is now. Make up your decision. If you are a distributor, you are at a better chance, at a better time to be able to help our farmers to be able to use Super Gro. I'm so happy, and I just want to, I'm doing reference so much with the Uganda because they've been able to, they learned about Super Gro from us and they went and did it more in Uganda. If you're a distributor, I have a distributor in Uganda. Last month, I and our team, she did 50,000 PVs on Super Gro alone. Distributors can understand that. Look at that kind of money. This month, I was just looking at her printout the other day. She's at 49,000, the same distributor. So if one person in our team can be able to take advantage of one product like this, suppose you just increase. I know you are selling, just increase a little bit. That is more PV, that is more money, that is more recognition, that is more of everything that Neolife can be able to offer to you. Most important, use it first in your farm. Don't feed other people's cow when your cow is thin and miserable. Feed your plants first. Feed your crops first, and then you can be able to share it with other people. So from me, I just want to thank you for joining us on this Zoom call today. If you did not understand anything, you have any question, we might not take it now. Talk to your helpline, talk to me, talk to our present team members who are here. We have Charles and Judith Njeru on this call, our present team members. We have Jospat and Pieros Karaoke on this Zoom call, and we have our world team member and directors who will be able to answer all the questions that you have. So thank you so much for joining us today. I wish you a wonderful time, and tomorrow, we remember tomorrow we are closed. It's a Eid Mubarak for our Muslim friends who are with us on this Zoom call. Eid Mubarak, and congratulations for finishing your fast in such a wonderful way. So thank you so much. Tomorrow, remember, we have, if you're a guest in this call, tomorrow we are going to have an opportunity to be able to show you how you can be able to be part of this opportunity of Neolife. So the person who invited you will be able to give you the link to join tomorrow at 8 p.m. We'll be having a distributor, an opportunity presentation where you can be able to learn more about how you can be able to be part of it. So from me, on behalf of myself, the person who invited you, and our distributors and the company of Neolife, I want to thank you sincerely for joining us today. So thank you so much. Go use the products of Neolife. Stay safe and see you soon. God bless you and bye-bye.